Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Katie, and if you're not new, then welcome back. Before we go any further, yes, my tongue is yellow. I do not have jaundice tongue. I was drinking a yellow Red Bull, and that is why. And also, I have a fever blister on my lip. Call it what it is, herpes, fever blister, cold sore, whatever. I get them from stress. So yes, I am a coronavirus herpes head. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. I'm not ashamed of it. I think something like 60% of Americans get cold sores, so I'm not ashamed of it. I'm just letting you know. That's on my lip. So it's been about 2 weeks since I uploaded my last video, and I've treated social media the past couple weeks as if we were in a relationship, okay? Like, I was angry at them, I didn't want to talk to them, I didn't want to look at them. I was still very emotional about everything, and I needed to like take myself out of it and just walk away for a little while and then come revisit it when I was like in a clearer headspace. I am shocked at how much attention that video got. I never in a million years thought it would get that much attention. I don't even know if I would have ever uploaded it if I knew it was going to get that much attention. If you would have told me that over 500,000 people were going to see me cry on the internet, I probably would have thought twice, I'm not going to lie. But I am very proud of myself for uploading that video because it took a lot. If it could have helped anyone, that was the reason why I wanted to upload it. And I think that I accomplished that. Knowing how hard it was for me to put myself out there and for it to be received so well, it gave me like a whole new confidence to feel like I can talk about my emotions and people aren't gonna think I'm like weak or pathetic or whatever, you know. I've kind of just been taught my whole life to just not cry and be strong, and it turned such a dark and negative time in my life into something that, you know, I look back on now and I'm like, it makes me smile because so many people were just so nice, and it's, I don't know. Thank you is what I'm trying to say, is thank you. I'm not good with my words, obviously. Getting all of that out of the way, I want to bring it back to kind of where I left off. I don't know if you guys saw the video or if you saw the description box, but it was the Zodiac Picks My Makeup Challenge, and in the description box I wrote something along the lines of, well, let me just find it. I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next week I'll be explaining to you everything that's been going on in my life and why I've been all over the place and not engaging with you guys the way that I'd hoped to. Love you all so much, seriously. After that video, I had planned on doing kind of like a life update and letting you guys know what had been going on, but then like all that other stuff happened. So now I want to tell you what I was gonna tell you the last time. Me being like the most ridiculously cheesy person that has ever walked the face of the earth, I was thinking, while I'm telling you about all the things I've been hiding from you, why don't I also teach you how to hide all your blemishes? So if you would like to learn how I hide all my blemishes while also learning about what I've been hiding from you the past few months, then just keep watching. Okay, literally, my tongue is disgusting, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do things a lot different than I usually do because I want to show you how you can cover up all your blemishes and still look pretty, not natural, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna look like I have no makeup on, obviously, but just because you're breaking out in certain areas doesn't mean you need to like cake up your whole entire face. So I'm gonna show you how I do that. What he said. So I already moisturized and I used the Neutrogena Hydro Boost, but I'm gonna start off with priming, and I'm gonna use the Hangover RX by Too Faced. Now, typically when great, I was going to use the Too Faced Hangover RX. Hold please. Okay, we are back. Typically I would use, come on, what the, are you kidding? Like, there's product in here. Look, that's all product. I mean, like, it's not like full, but there's product in here. Okay, I'm going to use this primer. What the flip? Wait, is it coming out? Can I squeeze it? It's coming out the side. I told you I was gonna use this primer. Okay, Anyway, usually I would use an illuminating primer, but when you are breaking out, you want to avoid anything that's like illuminizing because it'll just bring attention to it. And then just kind of like pat it in like that. Not the best packaging, but great primer. Okay, so typically at this point I would go in with foundation, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to take a concealer that's basically my skin tone, and this one is just the Tarte Shape Tape, and it's in the shade Medium Honey. I'm just going to dot it on my breakouts. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you what the hell has been going on in my life. So back in November, literally back in November, my boyfriend and I decided that we were going to buy a house. I don't know if you know this, but back in November is the same exact time that I started my YouTube channel. Now, I always pictured that when I started my YouTube channel, I would be like in the comments constantly and responding back to people and just like really on top of it, because I know that the people that decide to follow you and the people that take time out of their busy days to watch your videos, you know, those are the most important people. And I would be nothing, obviously, without you guys. So I just thought that I would be someone that was like very involved. But we started house hunting, so every extra ounce of time that I had was spent looking for homes. Now I'm gonna let this sit and dry for like 5 minutes because it needs to dry down. We probably looked at, I'm not even kidding, like I would say 20, 30 homes, something like in that range. And then we found a house. I knew from the minute that I walked into this house, I was like, I want this house. Like, this is my house. It just felt right. Like, I had such a good feeling about the house. Mind you, my boyfriend freaking hated the house. He was like, no shot, no way, no how. I'm not buying this house. It was a fixer-upper. I was like, no, like, I love it. It's definitely our house. Like, there's so much potential. And he didn't want a fixer-upper. He wanted something that was turnkey, totally move-in ready. And I wanted something that was a project. I just, you know, love projects in all aspects of my life. But I finally convinced my boyfriend. We put an offer in on the house. We were basically told like, no. So we started looking again and we looked at more homes. Now we're probably like in December at this point. This has dried down pretty much to the point that I want it to be. So I'm just going to take my finger and make sure your fingers are clean, because obviously if you're breaking out, you don't want to put more bacteria on your face. So I'm just going to kind of just tap around the edges. So anyway, we keep looking at more homes and I didn't find anything that I liked. My heart just kept going back to that one house. But I knew I didn't want to overpay for the home. I was like, listen, I'm not going to overpay for a house. I'm not going to pay above market value. Even though I might want something, like I'm not an idiot, I'm not gonna overpay for it. But my heart just kept going back to that one house. Like I just wanted that one house. Everything kind of got put on hold because we went home for Christmas break. I kept saying to my boyfriend, you know, like maybe since it's getting closer to the holidays, maybe he'll be more interested in selling and maybe he'll be more willing to come down on the price. And my boyfriend is of course like trying to kind of like talk me out of it because he didn't really like the house in the first place. So yeah, Christmas break went by and we spent a bunch of time with our family, and then we went back to Vegas to work New Year's Eve. And if you know anything about Vegas nightlife, you know you come back and you hit the ground running. It's literally the day before New Year's Eve, and then you work New Year's Eve, and then you work New Year's Day, and then right after that is CES, and it's this big huge convention in Vegas. I was working almost every single day, and on top of that I was still continuing to look at homes, all while still filming, all while still uploading. I just had so much going on. Okay, before I get any further into the story, I'm gonna take a Luxie face brush, and this is just like from a little set that I got from a BoxyCharm. But I'm going to gently, like, and I mean the tiniest amount of powder, I'm going to load this on my brush, and then I'm going to tap off all the excess, and I'm going to ever so slightly set where I put the concealer. So just tapping off all the excess and setting it very gently. So anyway, I say to my boyfriend one more time, I'm like, can we just look at the house one more time? And he's like, oh my gosh, you in this freaking house. So we go look at the house one more time. It had been on the market for like, gosh, almost 3 months at this point. And I'm like, babe, maybe he is a little more open to coming down because, you know, obviously it's after the holidays, like who's moving? I said to him, I'm like, can we please, just please put in one more offer? And then if he doesn't accept, or if he doesn't budge or come down, then we'll just walk away. Like that'll be it. We'll walk away. You'll never hear me talk about this house ever again, I promise. I just have like a really, really good feeling that this house is supposed to be for us. And I feel like that's why it hasn't sold in 3 or 4 months, because it's ours. And he's like, okay, you're really nuts, but yes, okay, we'll put in one more offer and that's it. So we put in an offer, and guess what? We got the freaking house. That was the beginning of January. And then by the end of January, we got the keys to our first home. That was so exciting, and we were like over the moon ecstatic. I mean, I was. I think he was like still a little nervous because he didn't really like see the vision, you know? So really quick, I'm gonna go in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. This foundation, I just love it. It's just, I was gonna say, oh, I thought that was gonna be another situation. So I'll probably do like 2 pumps. I'm just gonna put a really light layer of this on the rest of my face, but I just wanna let you know something, okay? Like just a little secret. Even though it might suck that you might be breaking out, and even though you might be like really insecure about the texture, that's just life. Don't be embarrassed of it, and don't be ashamed of it. Like everyone gets breakouts. Like I'm 29 years old and I get more breakouts than I ever have even as a teenager. So it's just a part of life. It's not the end of the world. But regardless of how much makeup you put on your breakout, it's still gonna show the texture. So just work on covering up just the spots, and then keep the rest of your face pretty natural. You just keep caking on and caking on and caking on. It's not gonna look like you're not breaking out. It's just gonna look like you're breaking out, and then you caked a lot of makeup on top of it. That's just the harsh reality of it, to be completely honest. It's still gonna look like a breakout. It's just gonna look like a breakout with a shit ton of makeup on it. Now I'm going to this new house. I'm starting to get contractors in there and starting to pick out finishes, and it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of planning, and it's a lot of budgeting. Now this was what I was spending all my time on. There's also like a lot that goes into the renovation side of it, and I'll definitely talk about that in another video. A lot of it is kind of, unfortunately, like really shitty, and it's right now just like not the time, because obviously like there's a lot going on in the world, and it's very like when Kim Kardashian loses her diamond in the ocean. It's very that. When it comes to actually covering the spots that I was breaking out on, I'm just being very, very gentle and tapping over them. You just want to make sure everything looks as even as possible. So you want to be particular about how much coverage you're putting on those spots, because they already have coverage. Use your judgment, and you can obviously apply a little bit more on the outskirts and then do a little bit less on the actual places that already have the coverage. So yeah, basically all of February was spent renovating. The cool thing is for a lot of it, I was vlogging the whole entire thing. So I was going through like every little step and videotaping everything that was going on, because I wanted to share it with you guys, but not only share it with you guys, I wanted it for myself, because it was my first house and it meant a lot to me. I was planning on doing this whole big video about how we bought a house and the renovations and before and after, and it was gonna be this whole big thing. That brought me right into the beginning of March, where I filmed that last video, and I was saying like, I'm so sorry for not being as engaging as I thought I was gonna be, and I was gonna tell you guys that I did buy a house and how excited I was and how I was filming the whole process and how I was gonna let you guys in on every little detail. But the project did get put on hold for a little while because of us getting sick. I obviously wasn't able to film after that, which was fine. It wasn't, you know, the end of the world. At the end of the day, like, everyone in my life is healthy, and that's all that matters, and that's all I care about. So I actually just went in with a lighter shade of Tarte Shape Tape, and this is the light sand, and I just put it under my eyes clearly. But yeah, that's what's been going on. As of right now, the job is still not completed, and like I said, there's like a lot of drama that goes along with it. But thankfully, the job is actually getting done tomorrow. Well, part of the job is getting done. In a nutshell, basically, like my whole entire kitchen got ruined, but it's okay. Everything's okay. It's something that can be done later and down the road, but we actually had to fire the contractors that we had hired, and we hired a new one to come back and fix some stuff. Everything will be perfect one day. I'm not worried about everything being perfect right away. Just to let you guys in on a little bit more of what's been going on. Unfortunately, when my boyfriend was sick, his work called him and let him know that he was laid off. So that kind of sucks, because obviously, you know, we never planned on buying our first home, and then one of us getting laid off, but thankfully my job did not lay me off, even though I'm not working right now because I work in a nightclub, obviously, and it's closed. But my job actually decided that they were going to pay us up until May 15th. What's going to happen after May 15th? I don't know. I do know that they are doing like everything in their power not to lay us off. I'm like so blessed and fortunate to work for the Win and Encore, and we have like amazing people that we're working under that really don't want to take it to that level. Unfortunately, you know, the company that my boyfriend works for, they're a privately owned company and they don't have the cash flow that the Win and Encore has. So I do think that when the club opens back up, hopefully, God willing, my boyfriend will have a job. He works his butt off. So I think that he really has nothing to worry about. And also, thank God, it's kind of crazy. I actually had a couple videos with some brands that I was working on that were supposed to go up in March, but then everything happened and I got sick and then I was like super depressed and I didn't want to film. So those videos didn't go through, but then they got pushed to this month. So now I just have this like busy schedule that I have to fulfill for this month. So I just know that I'm going to be banging out as much content as I can. It's so crazy because when I think about it, you know, it took me 6 years to sit down in front of a camera and do YouTube. I cannot thank God enough for the timing of my life. If I ever needed YouTube, it like now is the time. Thankfully, it's a win-win because you guys will get a lot more content, and I'm sure you guys are really bored in quarantine because Lord knows I'm really bored in quarantine. I mean, I'm definitely not gonna be bored in the upcoming weeks because I have so much to do with like unpacking and moving, and it was just crazy because we were actually supposed to move into this house the first week of March. Once we got over being sick, we were cleared from the Nevada Health District. The minute we were lifted, we started packing up all the boxes and started moving into the house, and slowly but surely we're getting there and we're getting stuff unpacked and put back together. But yeah, I mean, I definitely have a lot that I need to do in the upcoming weeks. If there was ever a time to have a lot to do, it's now. So there is definitely positives to all of this, and I'm finding all the positives to everything that's been going on. Okay, so that is the base so far. I don't know if you guys can see, I'm trying to get as close as I can, but obviously you can tell I'm wearing makeup, but it doesn't look like super cake face, you know? I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose finishing powder. So I was using this side of the beauty sponge to put on my makeup. I'm gonna use this side that I didn't put any foundation on, and I'm going to dip this into the translucent powder, and I'm just going to brush off the excess and really work the powder into the sponge because I don't want a ton of powder under my eye. I also like to take the translucent powder and bring it down around the sides of my nose, like right under my nose, because I tend to get red there. It's just a genetic thing. I also like to take whatever's left and kind of press it into the pores along the sides of my nose. As far as finishing up the rest of my face goes, I'm gonna take a Morphe M501 brush, and I'm gonna go into the center shade of the Hyper Real Glow palette. When I'm going for more of like a natural foundation look, I actually like to highlight first because I feel like it just blends in better with everything else. So I'm gently just going to highlight right here. I'm also going to take that and bring it up around my brow. And as far as it goes with highlighting and texture, you don't want to put highlight where you're breaking out. So as much as you might love highlighter, it'll definitely enhance texture and it'll enhance your breakouts. So if you don't mind that and you don't care, then live your best life. But I definitely like to kind of steer clear of putting highlighter anywhere I'm breaking out. So I do have a pimple here and here. I'm just gonna be a little more precise about where I'm putting it. So I'm gonna put it over here, once again, just around the brow area. And then I'm not really precise about my nose when I'm doing like a more natural look, so I just take it down on the nose. And then I'm just gonna put a little on my Cupid's bow, and that's that. And then I'm gonna go in with a butter bronzer and a Morphe M527, and I'm just gonna bronze along my hairline. I'm not gonna contour because like natural, you know. I'm just gonna sweep up in little upward strokes and try to keep it clean like that. Then I'm just gonna like gently contour my nose, not like do all the millions of steps that I do, but just kind of bring some life back to it. And then I'm just gonna take the same exact bronzer and I'm gonna sweep that across my eyelids and connect it to the bridge of my nose. this eye. Since I'm like on the paler side, I'm actually gonna go in with MAC Melba and then just sweep that along my cheeks. And like blend in the highlight and the bronzer. And then just for the literal hell of it, to like give me something to do while I'm wrapping up the video, I'm using the Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim pencil in medium brown. Obviously in my last video I told you guys I wasn't going to get into details about who I was talking about, but since then I actually have spoken to that person and I was given their blessing to kind of talk about it a little bit more, just because she knew that it would only help people. If you guys did watch my last video, then the person that I was talking about was actually Trevor's mother. So Trevor's mother was the one that was sick and I was in the hospital. It did take about a month for her to recover though, so it was definitely a long recovery, and she actually went back to the hospital a week ago because her temperature kept coming back and she just wanted to make sure that, you know, everything was going in the right direction. So she did go back to the hospital and they looked her over and they said that her lungs looked so much better than what they had previously. Trevor's dad's doing a lot better and his sister's doing a lot better and his nephew's doing a lot better, and everyone is healthy and everyone's back to being okay. Even though that isn't like my blood, that's my family. I've considered them family for the past 5 years of my life. To see them going through that and see him going through that, it was like really, really, really hard. It's actually crazy because how this all ties together is Trevor's mother actually was here visiting us. She was here and she was kind of like helping us pack and get everything going to move into the new house. So they definitely think that she got it from traveling to Vegas, which is like so unfortunate because she never goes anywhere and does anything for herself ever. And it was just so sad that she came to visit us and like was helping us pack and get prepared for a new house. And then this all just happened and I felt so bad that things happened the way it did, but everyone's so much better now, thank God. It was definitely scary for a minute, but she's one of the strongest people that I've ever met in my life. That woman has 6 children and 11 grandkids. She is a fighter, so that's really awesome, and everyone's okay now, so thank the dear Lord. But yeah, I'm just doing my mascara really quickly. I'm gonna take a lip liner, and this is literally the dullest lip liner ever, but I'm just gonna like slightly line my lips. I'm just gonna take some of this lip gloss and put it on the back of my hand because like I said, my lip is healing and I don't want to contaminate this tube. So I'm just going to pat this on my lips. I feel like my bottom lash line looks super bare, so I'm just gonna put like a little something there because I'm looking at myself and that's what I'm thinking. So I'm just gonna take the tiniest bit of black eyeshadow and put it in the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm going to take my bronzer and I'm gonna smudge that. And it's just gonna give like the littlest bit of definition to my lower lash line. Okay, so this is the finished face. I mean, I ended up doing my full face because I want to film a video after this, but I wanted you guys to just see how I can kind of like cover up my breakouts without just like really caking it on. Is it still a lot of makeup? Yes, obviously. Like I still did 27 steps. It's not like a no makeup look by any means. It's just a way that you can cover up your breakouts without like completely caking it on. That was all I was trying to show you. So anyway, after filming my last video and seeing how many people were like genuinely interested in what was going on in my life, I definitely wanted to come back and give you guys a little bit of an update. I have some really fun videos that I have planned just to give you guys like a little heads up on what I'm going to be filming. I'm going to be filming my dog's pick my makeup, and then I'm going to be filming and uploading, I think on Wednesday, well tomorrow, well today's Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday, but you're probably watching this on Tuesday, so on Wednesday I want to upload me DMing my followers and subscribers and them picking a full face of makeup for me. So that was a really fun video, so look out for that. I want to film like a not so newlywed video with Trevor where we're like answering silly questions like we're on the newlywed game. I don't want to give it all away, but I just have some fun videos coming up. But yeah, I just want to give you guys a little life update. I plan on filming this video before all this ever happened. I just want to explain like why I've kind of been a little bit more separated from social media because I just had so much going on. So yeah, once my life is kind of like settled in and I'm finished moving, I'm definitely going to be way more involved in answering you guys and talking to you guys, and I'm definitely gonna hop on my last video now that I have a clear state of mind and, you know, answer all of those comments. Yeah, so that is where I've been, what's been going on, and I'm sorry for hiding it from you guys. I definitely like wanted to share so much with you about me buying my first house and all of that. I wanted to do it in its own video, whole like renovation from top to bottom video, but obviously can't do that anymore because I got sick and I wasn't able to film the whole entire renovation. But I do have before pictures. I will share them with you eventually when everything is finished. It's just a lot happened in the renovation and it's not going to be all finished for a little while. But yeah, I just want to get back to filming and I want to get back to uploading as much as I possibly can. And thank you guys so much again for all the support on my last video. It's like literally the craziest thing. I've never expected that. I have some really awesome people that I get to share my life with now. So thank you guys once again. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I will see you tomorrow in my next video. Bye.